Welcome back, everybody, to Joe Russo Field. My name is Jordan Leonard, and we have some North Division action in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League on tap. The Boynton Beach Buccaneers visiting the Palm Beach Diamond Ducks. Buccaneers in second place in the North Division at 16-12, 3 games back of Delray Beach. And then a couple games back from them, the Palm Beach Diamond Ducks at 13-12. The Boynton Beach everyone had the day off on Independence Day in the league, so freshly rested arms for both teams. The Buccaneers split the doubleheader versus the Delray Beach Lightning on the 2nd of July. Won the first game 7-5, lost the second game 4-1, so they've lost 1 in a row. 4-6 in their last 10 is Boynton Beach. Palm Beach got swept in a doubleheader on the 3rd of July by the Pompano Beach Clippers. So they have lost 2 in a row, looking to get off the schneid here against the Boynton Beach Bucks. And these two teams have met twice so far this year. Once on June 18th, Bucks won 6-5. And then again on June 30th, the Ducks evened the season series 9-4. So each team 1-1 against each other. And we are about ready to get started here. On the mound for the Ducks tonight, Connor Dunham out of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. 4 starts so far, 14 innings pitched, 2.57 ERA, 8 walks, and 16 strikeouts for Dunham. A 1-1 record for him as well. And leading it off for the Bucks, A.J. Orico playing shortstop today as he takes the first ball high for ball 1. A little bit hard to see here because of the shadows of the sun in left field, but it will set in due time as the second pitch to Orico is in there for a called strike. Orico out of Lynn University through 19 games, batting .321 with a .424 on base percentage, 8 RBIs, and when he gets on base, not afraid to steal one. Has 15 on the year as he takes that one high for ball 2. 2-1, those 15 stolen bases are tied for second in the league, and when he gets on, his Buccaneers hitters behind him drive him in. 18 runs scored, that's also good for second in the SFCBL. Dunham goes back to the fastball, misses up and away once again to the left-hander. Now 3-1 the count to A.J. Orico. Another ball upstairs. First batter walked for Connor Dunham. That's not uncommon for the Boynton Beach Buccaneers. That's their 153rd walk. Good for second in the league coming into the day. And it's going to be another battle between the Ducks pitchers and the Boynton Beach Bucks bats. The Ducks played the Clippers, the best offensive team, on Sunday. Now about the second best offensive team in the league today. Marcus O'Malley pops it up on the infield. Orico was going on the pitch. Davis Blair catches it at second base and gets Orico trying to get back to first. So a double play erases the base runner, and quickly 2 outs here in the top of the first. So some action there. A.J. Orico trying to steal the bag on the first pitch. Marcus O'Malley pops it up. Davis Blair at second catches it and throws it on to Jackson Wodrowski at first to turn the double play. And Connor Dunham starts Zach Major with a curveball in there for a called strike. The defense for the Ducks today behind the plate, Brad Hart at first base, as I just mentioned, Jackson Wodrowski, as Dunham's fastball misses up and away. 1-1 now the count to the designated hitter. At second base, Davis Blair. At shortstop, Dalton Frank. At the hot corner, Jimmy Thies. Now count 2-1 to Zach Major. And then from left to right in the outfield, DJ Christian, Levi Padilla, and Jack Q. 2-1 curveball sits high from Dunham. Second 3-1 count for him in the first 3 batters. We want to wish a congratulations to the All-Stars for the Ducks. Pablo Ruiz not playing today. He's an All-Star. DJ Christian in left, an All-Star. Levi Padilla in center also made the All-Star team as well. And then Joey Cicini, who is the extra hitter tonight, also made the All-Star team in that same role. Zach Major fouls off the fastball to run the count full to 3-2. with 2 outs quickly here in the top half of the first. Three-two fastball lined into center field. That'll get down in front of Levi Padilla for the first hit of the game for the Bucks. Second base runner, and now a 2-out runner on first for the catcher, Jose Matos. Buccaneers hitting well this year. 202 hits now as a team. That's good for third in the SFCBL. That adds up to a .406 on base percentage, second in the league as well, showing their offensive strong suits as a team as Matos takes the fastball low and away for ball one. Matos out of Adelphi University through 15 games, batting .286, 7 RBIs and 5 walks. Also has 4 times grounded into a double play. No double play chance here with 2 outs as he takes the curveball high for ball 2. Not a big lead over there at first from Zach Major. Dunham using the high leg kick. The 2-0 fastball misses low. Quickly 3-0. Danger of his second walk in the first inning here for Connor Dunham. Dunham comes set at the belt. 3-0 fastball grooved in there for a called strike. Back in the count at 3-1. Third 3-ball count though in the first 4 batters for Connor Dunham. 3-1 fastballs in the dirt for ball 4. Second walk of the inning for the Bucks, and they have runners on first and second now with 2 outs, and Charlie Granatel coming to the plate. Granatel out of Elon University through 25 games this summer, batting .298 with 14 RBIs, 10 walks. Also at a .425 on base percentage to his ledger as well. Max Shabestri courtesy running at first base for the catcher, Jose Matos. First pitch curveball to Charlie Granatel, misses low and away. Nice block by the catcher, Brad Hart, to keep the runners at first and second. Granatel now up 2 outs, has 1 runner in scoring position, looking to add to his 14 ribeye stakes. 1-0 fastball sits low once again. Now 2-0 the count to Granatel as Dunham struggles with his command here in the top of the first. .2-0 fastball in there for a called strike on the inner half. 2-1 now the count. It's a Granatel. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Major on second, and Shabestri courtesy running for Matos at first. 2-1 fastball grounded down the third base line, but goes just left of the base for a foul ball. Now 2-2 the count on Charlie Granatel. Dunham looking to get out of a little jam here in his first inning. 1 pitch away, the 2-2 count and 2 outs. Slider sits high from Connor Dunham. Full count now, 3-2. Runners will get a head start at first and second with 2 outs and a 3-2 count. Dunham comes set at the belt. Runners are on the move. 3-2 pitch inside and hits Charlie Granatel, so the runners will get the base freely. First hit by pitch of the day for the Buccaneers, and that will load the bases for the extra hitter, John Woolley. That's the 42nd hit by pitch. The Bucks have taken that second in the league, only to the Diamond Ducks, who have 44. hit by pitches on the year. So bases loaded for the extra hitter, John Woolley, out of Villanova, through 15 games, batting .256. First pitch swinging, fouls off the fastball for strike one. .431 on base percentage for Woolley. Tack on 2 RBIs and 12 walks, looking to expand and even possibly double that RBI total with one swing of the bat. 0-1 fastball swung on and missed quickly. 0-2 on Woolley. First batter that Connor Dunham has really gotten ahead of here in the top of the first. Going after him with fastballs early in the count. Back to the fastball on 0-2, misses upstairs. Now 1-2. See if that was just a show pitch to set up the curveball low and away. 1-2 fastball lined into right field. Back goes Q, but he has it measured and puts it away for the final out in the top of the first. Dunham leaves the bases loaded, and the Ducks come up to bat in the bottom half of the inning. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the first. Buccaneers left the bases loaded in the top half of the inning, and now come up the Ducks. Palm Beach having a so-so year with the bat, averaging 4.8 runs per game. Lead the league with hit by pitches with 44. Don't strike out that much, only 177 strikeouts. That's the third fewest in the league, but they're middle of the pack at both batting average and on base percentage as a team. And today they'll have to take on Andrew Uritich out of Southeastern Louisiana University. 4 games, 2 starts, 13 and 2/3 innings pitched to a 1.98 ERA, 5 walks, and 14 strikeouts for Uritich. 2-0 is his record in the ESF CBL. Leading it off for the Ducks, one of their hottest hitters, DJ Christian, through 16 games, batting .357 with a .460 on base percentage. And watch out if he gets on the bases. He's going to try to steal one. He has 8. That's not even the team lead in stolen bases as well. Christian fouls off the first pitch fastball from Uritich for strike one here in the bottom of the first. Uritich goes with the curveball. That misses low in the dirt. Runs a 1-1 count on DJ Christian. Bucks pitching staff pitches to a 5.24 team ERA. That's 4th worst as Christian grounds it over to the second baseman, O'Malley, who makes the play for the first out. Set the defense for you for the Bucks behind the plate tonight. Jose Matos at first base, Trevor Dutra. Up the middle, Marcus O'Malley at second. AJ Urico, the everyday shortstop for Boynton Beach. At the hot corner, Andrew Demisa. And then in left, Nicholas Carr. In center, Brandon De La Penha. And in right field, Charlie Granatel. Now up the extra hitter today for the Ducks. The switch hitter batting lefty today against the righty, Cam Carroll. Carroll takes the first pitch. Carroll takes the first pitch fastball high for ball 1. Carroll through 19 games out of Indian River State College, batting .225 with a .388 on base percentage. Yuritich pops the fastball in there for a called strike on the outer half to even the count at 1-1. Hot day here at Joe Russo Field with the sun setting in left field. When you're in the shade, it's about 15 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than when you're in the sun, as Carroll takes the curveball in there for a called strike to run the count to 1-2. So once that sun gets behind the clouds in left field at about 8 o'clock, temperatures will significantly cool down. Yuritich goes back to the curveball in there for a called strike. Strike 3 on Carroll. First strikeout for Andrew Yuritich on the day. Buccaneers come into the day as a pitching staff tied for the league lead with 229 strikeouts. So the Ducks are going to have to work to put contact on the ball today. And Yuritich gets Carroll looking there to bring up the third baseman, Jimmy Thies, out of the University of Alabama. But he's in the transfer portal as he takes the first pitch curveball for a strike, 0-1. Thies joined the Ducks about a week and a half ago. He's played 5 games, batting .222 as he grounds one to the third baseman. Hits Jimmy Thies in the leg in the batter's box, so it's a foul ball, 0-2. Through 5 games, Thies batting .222, but a .500 on base percentage at a home run, 3 RBIs, and 5 walks as well to his ledger. So Yuritich quickly 0-2 and 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Jimmy Thies trying to fight away to get on base. Yuritich goes back to the curveball on 0-2. Thies holds up the swing to run the count to 1-2 on the third baseman. Yuritich in his last outing against the Ducks, 2 innings pitched to its 2 unearned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, getting the start today against Palm Beach a day after Labor Day. Thies gets the curveball, pops it into foul territory, sheds the hat, is the third baseman, Andrew Demisa, but that foul's out of play for the count to remain at 1-2. Yuritich going back and forth with his fastball and curveball. Got Carroll looking on 2 straight curveballs last at bat. Now 2 straight curveballs to Jimmy Thies, 1 in the dirt, and 1 Thies fouls off to remain in the count. Goes to the changeup on 1-2. That sits inside. Now 2-2 the count on Thies. Fastball in the inner half hits Thies by the pitch. The Ducks will have a base runner here with 2 outs in the first. 45th hit by pitch for the Ducks. Extends their league lead, or re-extends their league lead to 3 as the Bucks got 1 in the first. And that brings up Davis Blair out of Palm Beach Atlantic. 21 games played, batting .274, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, and 11 walks on Blair's line. He's not a big base stealer at first, as Yuritich starts Blair off with the curveball that misses for ball 1. Blair plays either second base or third for the Ducks, playing second today. Looking to keep the bottom half of the first inning going with Thies on first and 2 outs. Yuritich will check in on Thies at first. He dives back in safely. Yuritich comes set at the belt. 1-0 fastball on the inside half, misses. 2-0 now to Davis Blair. Ducks looking to generate some offense. They didn't really score enough in either games of the doubleheader on Sunday. Lost 5-2 and then 3-1. Looking to score more than that. Get above their runs per game total today, as Blair fouls off the 2-0 pitch to run the count to 2-1. 2-1 fastball ripped to the shortstop, Rico. He fields it on a couple hops. Tosses on to O'Malley at second to put away the bottom half of the first. We are through one, scoreless here at Joe Russo Field. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the second. Connor Dunham back out on the mound for the Ducks. And leading off the third baseman, Andrew Demisa out of Elon University. Through 21 games, batting .256 with a .458 on base percentage. That's because he has 10 walks and 6 hit by pitches. That's good for a tie for the league lead in pitches worn. First pitch fastball lined over the head of Davis Blair at second base. One pitch and a leadoff single for Andrew Demisa here in the top of the second. Now up the center fielder, Brandon Della Penha at Eastern Kentucky University. Through 18 games, batting .231 with a .415 on base percentage. It's because he has 11 walks and also adds 8 RBIs to his line as well. Dunham starts Della Penha off with the slider. That misses in the dirt for ball one. Dunham comes set, already working out of the stretch here. 2 pitches into the top of the second. Fastball from Dunham misses low as well. Now 2-0 the count on Brandon Della Penha. Runner on the move, fastball in there for a called strike. The throw from Brad Hart is in there, and the tag is applied by the second baseman, Davis Blair. Caught stealing 2-4. Andrew Demisa put away for the first out here in the second. Pitch was called a strike, so it's a 2-1 count to Brandon Della Penha. Nice job by Brad Hart to get that ball down there in time. Goes to the slider on 2-1. That misses low and away. Now 3-1 the count to Della Penha. So 3 base runners so far. 2 erased, 1 on a double play, and 1 on a caught stealing. Another base runner, 3rd walk in the first 2 innings as Della Penha goes to first now with 1 out for Trevor Dutra. Dutra out of St. John's University through 18 games, batting .205 with a .364 on base percentage, 7 RBIs, 11 walks. Does have 23 strikeouts, though. That's good for second most in the SFCBL. Dunham starts him off with a fastball low and away. That misses outside for ball one. Goes back to the fastball on 1-0. That misses outside again. 2-0 the count. Dunham struggling to find the range with his fastball here in the first 2 innings. Runner on the move. Slider is in there for a called strike. This time, though, the throw is late, and Brandon De La Penha has a stolen base, putting himself in scoring position with a 2-run count for Trevor Dutra and 1 out. That's the 70th stolen base for the Bucs this year. Good for 3rd in the league. Ducks are ahead of them, though. Ducks rank 2nd in the league in stolen bases. Dunham goes back to the fastball in the zone, swung on and missed by Dutra, evens the count at 2-2. Ducks pitching has been so-so all year, has been up and down. Started out really good as Dunham misses outside to run the count to 3-2. Ducks pitchers are middle of the pack in walks and strikeouts. Top half of the league with a 4.95 team ERA, but bottom half with a 2.53 opponent's batting average. Another walk from Dunham. It's the 4th walk in just an inning and a third for Dunham, now 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Well, we'll get a visit from the catcher, Brad Hart. Along with the so-so play, though, from the pitching staff, they have kept the ball in the ballpark, whether it's here at the friendly confines of Joe Russo Field or on the road in Florida. They have only allowed 3 home runs as a pitching staff all year. That's good for the fewest in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Dunham will reset 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Stranded the bases loaded with 2 outs in the 1st, dealing with another jam here in the 2nd. First pitch fastball to Nicholas Carr, in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count on the left fielder now. Nicholas Carr out of Elon University through 21 games, batting .195, but has a .327 on base percentage and 5 walks on the season as well. Dunham misses low and away with the fastball to run the count even at 1-1. Carr, 4 RBIs, looking to add to that total, has a runner in scoring position with just 1 out. 1-0 fastball popped up into the air, but that'll go back out of play. Foul, runs the count to 1-2 on the left fielder, Nicholas Carr. Reminder to any Palm Beach or Boynton Beach fans, this is a 9-inning game because only 1 game played today, as Nicholas Carr fouls off the fastball to remain in the count 1-2. Only 7-inning games are in double headers, so we are playing a full 9 tonight here at the Pond. Dunham comes set at the belt. 1-2 goes with the slider this time, swung on and missed for strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Dunham. Now has 2 outs and looking to get out of the jam here in the 2nd. But we'll have to face the top of the order, and A.J. Orico, who walked in his first at-bat just an inning ago. Dunham's first pitch fastball to Rico, topped on the ground to Davis Blair. He waits on it, takes a bad hop into right field. Rico will beat out the single, and the run will come in to score from 2nd, and the Buccaneers take an early 1-0 lead. Most likely an infield single. However, Davis Blair waited on the long hop, could have came in and fielded it on the long bounce. Once it hit the ground again, it took a bad hop into right field, and the run comes in to score. Buccaneers up 1-0. They still have 1st and 2nd and 2 outs now for Marcus O'Malley as he swings and misses at the first pitch fastball for strike 1. Second consecutive at-bat for Marcus O'Malley, swinging at the first pitch. Popped out on the first pitch in the 1st inning to the second baseman, Davis Blair. 0-1 fastball in there on the outside corner for a called strike. Quickly 0-2 now on the second baseman. 2 outs, runners on 1st and 2nd for the Buccaneers, looking to extend now their 1-0 lead. Dunham goes to the slider on 0-2, swung on and missed, 4 strike 3, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Dunham, but the Buccaneers get one, and we head to the bottom half of the second. Boynton Beach leads Palm Beach 1-0. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the second. The Bucks took the lead 1-0 in the top half of the inning. Now the Ducks look to even it up, and it all starts with the center fielder, Levi Padilla. The 2022 SF-CBL All-Star in center field, Levi Padilla, through 22 games, batting .352, good for second in the league. Also second in the league in on-base percentage at .479, so much worthy of his all-star recognition. Also has 15 walks, good for fifth most in the league. Levi will drop down the bunt down the third base line. The throw into the runner will get away from the first baseman, Dutra. Levi Padilla will reach on an infield bunt single. The first hit for the Ducks comes in the bottom half of the second. Padilla taking advantage of the third baseman playing back, beats out close play at first base, hard for the lefty first baseman Dutra to handle it as the throw is into the runner. Most likely an infield single for Padilla. They do reel it a hit. That brings up Dalton Frank, the shortstop, through 23 games, batting .200 with a .306 on-base percentage. Gets the first pitch curveball, and that's popped out of play for strike one. Frank, 10 RBIs, 5 walks, 5 hit by pitches also on the ledger for the FAU product. But on the bases, Levi Padilla not only hits, but has some speed, has 10 stolen bases on the year. That's good for third on the team. Yuritich will check in on Padilla over there at first. He dives back in safely. Another pickoff throw to check on Padilla. He dives back in safely. Closer play this time, though, than the first pickoff attempt. Yuritich will step back in on Frank with an 0-1 count. .01 fastball in there for a called strike on the bottom half of the zone. And quickly 0-2 on the shortstop, Frank, with Padilla at first and nobody out in the bottom of the second. .02 slider from Yuritich, grounded over the second baseman O'Malley, tosses it backhanded to the shortstop Orico, who can't make the relay throw in time, so a fielder's choice for Dalton Frank. Now 1 out for the Ducks here in the bottom of the second. Nice backhand toss from the second baseman O'Malley. A nice turn, quick turn from the shortstop Orico, but not in time to get the speedy Frank. Frank, now that he's on base, got to mention he has 8 stolen bases on the year as well to add up to 70 for the Ducks. That's second most in the league. Now brings up the all-star Joey Cecchini. Frank does take off on the first pitch, but gunned down pretty easily from the catcher, Jose Matos. The ball was in there for a called strike as well. So now 2 outs here in the bottom of the second and an 0-1 count to Joey Cecchini. Frank didn't really get the best jump on that pitch, and Matos gunned it on a bullet to second base to get Frank for the second out. Cecchini takes the curveball inside to round the count to 1-1. 1-1 fastball in the outer half, swung on and missed by Cecchini. Now 1-2 on the designated hitter. Yeritich into the windup. 1-2 fastball in the outer half once again popped up on the infield. Calling it is O'Malley, the second baseman. But then the shortstop, Orico, calls him off and puts it away for the final out in the second. Bucks lead 1-0 after 2. Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the third. We have a pitching change for the Ducks quickly. Zach Mason on the mound for Palm Beach. Through 5 games, 10 innings pitched, 4.50 ERA, 13 walks, 14 Ks. Mason comes from Kaiser University and replaces the starter, Connor Dunham, who pitched decently well, couldn't find a rhythm in the first 2 innings, pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, only the 1 earned run, but had 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. Couldn't really get comfortable on the mound, which could be the reason why he came out so quickly. And Mason will have to face 3, 4, 5 in the Bucks order in his first inning in relief. Now up, the designated hitter Zach Major singled back in the first for the Buccaneers. First hit, takes the first pitch fastball from Zach Mason, high and away for ball 1. Buccaneers, as I said, one of the best offensive teams in the league, second in the league in runs scored. They score just over 5 runs per game, already have 1 on the board through the first 2 as Zach Major takes Ball too high, 2-0 now the count. They do strike out a lot, 211 strikeouts as an offense, but the Ducks don't really strike out a terrible amount of batters, about middle of the pack in strikeouts as a pitching staff. Zach Mason drops the curveball in there for his first strike here in the third. Now 2-1 count to Zach Major. Major out of the University of North Alabama, looking to get things started here for the Buccaneers as he fouls off the fastball this time to even the count up at 2-2. These two teams will play once more the final week of the SFCBL regular season. And we are in the stretch run. 2 weeks from today is the end of the regular season here in the South Florida area, and then the postseason comes around. That 2-2 pitch is launched into center field. Back goes the center fielder Padilla, though, and makes the catch on the warning track at the 400 sign for out number one. Not all flyouts are created equal. That pitch was absolutely blasted by Zach Major, but hit it to the deepest part of the park, the 400-foot center field fence, and Levi Padilla makes the catch a couple feet in front of that. So one out now for the Ducks in the top of the third. First pitch fastball to Jose Matos, misses 4-1. Matos walked in his first at bat against Connor Dunham, now facing Mason for the first time with one out. 1-0 fastball misses high once more from Mason. 2-0 now the count. Two straight 2-0 counts to his first two batters here in the third. Ducks play tomorrow at home against the Boca Raton Blazers, then have the day off, and then two straight doubleheaders on Friday and Saturday. Jose Matos chases the high fastball to run the count to 2-1 with Charlie Granatel on deck. Two-one fastball sits high once again. Now 3-1 the count to the catcher Jose Matos. Matos made the nice throw, gunned down the runner. Dalton Frank trying to steal a base in the last half inning. Now looking to start up things for the Bucks with one out in the third. Mason blows by the fastball. Swinging strike number 2 runs the count full to 3-2 on Matos. Mason sticking with the fastball mostly throughout this at-bat. Now 3-2, see if he throws the hook in there on the catcher. Does go for the hook. That misses high, though, for ball 4. 2 walks on the day in the first two at-bats for Jose Matos. And the Buccaneers have a base runner now on first with one out, and Charlie Granatel now up. Courtesy runner over there at first for the catcher Matos, Max Shabestri, and Charlie Granatel now up. Was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat in it 2 innings ago. Mason will check in on Shabestri at first. Mason can struggle to hold runners on at times, uses the high leg kick, sometimes needs to go to the slide step to make sure runners don't get a great jump. Does go to the slide step on that pitch. No runner in motion, but the fastball sits inside to run the count to 1-0. Mason comes set at the belt. We'll check in on the runner at first, but the ball gets tipped off of the top of Wodrowska's mitt. That goes in to foul territory in right field. And the runner will advance to second on the error by the first baseman. The throw was definitely there, The ball tipped out of the top of Wodrowska's mitt. And now a runner in scoring position for the Bucs, looking to extend their 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. Charlie Granatel at the dish. One-0 pitch in there and hits Granatel once again. 2 hit-by pitches for Granatel in his first 2 at-bats. And the Bucs have runners on first and second and 1 out for John Woolley. Granatel wearing it twice so far. Now John Woolley gets his second chance. First time flew out to the right fielder to end the top of the first. Now comes up with 2 runners on and 1 out in the top of the third. Sun just about getting down below the trees in left. Will take another 10 minutes for that to happen as Mason drops the curveball in there but misses for ball 1. Not easy to see on the webcam. Definitely not easy to see here also sitting behind home plate. 1-0 fastball lifted into center field. Levi Padilla has it lined up though. He'll make the catch coming in. And no tag at second base for Silvestri because Padilla lined it up and was coming in on the catch. So a fly out to the center fielder this time for John Woolley. Now 2 outs for Andrew Demisa, who singled back in the second. Demisa looking to tack on for the Buccaneers here with 2 outs. Takes the first pitch curveball on the inner half for ball 1. Mason comes set. Runners are on the move. 1-0 fastball on the outer half. Fouled off to run the count to 1-1. Mason going with the high leg kick there. Good jump by Silvestri over there at second. Probably would have had third base stolen if it wasn't for the foul ball. Mason comes set. After a long hold, 1-1 curveball misses up top. Now 2-1 the count on Andrew Demisa. Back to the curveball this time on 2-1. Gets the inside corner to run the count to 2-2. Runners are on the move once again. 2-2 curveball laced into right field. In comes Jack Q though, and he will make the catch to end the top of the third. Buccaneers strand runners on first and second this time in the third and still lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom of the third. Leading off the catcher, Brad Hart, and Andrew Uritich's third inning. Hart coming into this one through 12 games, batting .222 with a .408 on base percentage, 9 RBIs, and 6 walks as well. First pitch of the inning in the dirt, 4-1 on the catcher, Brad Hart. Bucks left 2 more runners on base, left the bases loaded back in the top of the first. Still a 1-0 lead, though, for Boynton Beach. 1-0 slider misses outside. Now 2-0 the count for Brad Hart on Andrew Uritich. Back to the slider goes Uritich. That one misses just below the knees. Runs the count to 3-0. Fastball grooved in there for a called strike. Taken all the way was Hart. Now 3-1. Uritich into the windup. The 3-1 fastball dribbled up the middle. Overcomes O'Malley to his right. Fields it and throws on to first for the first out here in the bottom of the third. Now up, the first baseman, Jackson Wodraska out of Indian River State College. 17 games played this summer, batting .125 with a .265 on base percentage. 20 strikeouts, looking to cut down on those as he moves on throughout the rest of the SFCBL season. First pitch changeup there from Uritich, swung on to miss, 4-1. First pitch changeup that I've seen Uritich throw to the first 9 batters. Wodraska takes another changeup on the outer half, this time for a called strike. Quickly 0-2 on him with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Uritich pounds the fastball on the outer half this time. Wodraska fouls it off to remain in the count at 0-2. Uritich into the windup. The 0-2 slider dribbled over to the shortstop, Arico. He charges it, throws on to first, and put away by Dutra over there at first. So 2 ground outs for the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Brings up the right fielder, Jack Q. Jack Q playing right field today out of Louisiana Tech through 22 games, batting .204 with a .322 on base percentage as he takes the first pitch fastball, 4-1. Q, 5 RBIs, 4 walks, 5 hit by pitches, 13 runs scored, and 13 stolen bases. A lengthy ledger for the right fielder. He takes the slider outside this time to run the count to 2-0. Back to the slider on 2-0, swung on and missed by Jack Q. Runs the count to 2-1. Sun inching its way down the tree line in left field. Give it a couple minutes, and then the lights will kick in here at Joe Russo Field. 2-1 backup slider on the inner half, popped up on the infield. The second baseman O'Malley is under it and puts it away for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Ducks in the bottom of the third. We are through 3. Score still 1-0 at Boynton Beach. Welcome back, everybody, to the top half of the fourth. Sun now down in left field makes the field of play much more visible as Zach Mason returns to the mound for his second inning in relief. And leading off, the center fielder, Brandon De La Penha. De La Penha walked in his first at-bat, came in to score the only Bucs run so far, leads things off here in the top of the fourth for Boynton Beach. First pitch fastball from Mason sits high 1-0. Mason had trouble a little bit with the fastball, locating it, missing high consistently in the last inning. Set him down, though, on 5 batters in the third. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the fourth. That fastball misses inside as well, now 2-0. Fastball sits low, now 3-0 the count to De La Penha to lead off the top of the fourth. Trevor Dutra sits on deck. Changeup sits below the knees. 4-pitch walk here to lead off the fourth, and the Bucs have a base runner now on first. Nobody out, and the first baseman, Trevor Dutra, up for the Buccaneers. Dutra walked in his first at-bat in the second. Now facing Zach Mason, though, on the mound, who came in relief after 2 innings from the starter, Connor Dunham. Slide step fastball in there for a called strike. 1 on Trevor Dutra. Zach Mason using the slide step to hold the runners at bay. Has had trouble sometimes this year. But he goes to the high leg kick. Mason will check in on the runner over there at first. De La Penha dives back in safely. Mason comes set. 0-1 fastball swung on and missed this time. Quickly 0-2 to the first baseman, Trevor Dutra. Once again, both these teams have split 1 game of the 2 games they've played in the 2022 season. Buccaneers won the first 6-5. Ducks won the second outing 9-4. Fastball to Dutra, misses high. Now 1-2 the count to him. Still nobody out. And De La Penha on first base here in the top of the fourth. Runner on the move. 1-2 curveball swung on and missed for strike 3. No strike him out, throw him out. Double play, though, as De La Penha gets in safely. Steals the base on the long high leg kick from Zach Mason. So second stolen base of the day for De La Penha himself. Makes it 5 on the year for him. He leads off second with 1 out, and now Nicholas Carr at the plate. Mason, long hold. And time was called in the batter's box by Nicholas Carr. Went with the curveball there on the first pitch, but does not count as time was called in the batter's box. First pitch goes back to the curveball once again. Misses for ball 1. Top of the order, and A.J. Urico on deck. Urico already 2 at-bats. We're not even through the 4th inning here at Joe Russo Field. Mason will check in on the runner at second, De La Pena. Make sure he's not taking any luxury there over at second base. Mason misses with the fastball high. Now 2-0 the count to Nicholas Carr. Long hold by Mason, 2-0 curveball, misses outside. Now 3-0 to Carr with one out here in the top of the fourth. Fastball misses below the knees. 4-pitch walk for Zach Mason. That's the second walk of the inning. Now runners on first and second for the top of the order. And A.J. Orico. Mason comes set at the belt. Orico 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. He bluffs the bunt but takes that one outside for ball one. So 5 straight balls coming from Zach Mason. Third baseman Jimmy Thies playing about even with the bag. Not on the cut of the grass at third. 1-0 fastball in there for a called strike on Orico, now 1-1. See if Orico tries to lay down the bunt once again with a runner in scoring position. 2 runners on and 1 out. One fastball in at the knees and on the outside corner for a called strike. Now 1-2 on the shortstop. Mason comes set at the belt. Long hold again. 1-2 curveball sits low for ball 2. Try to get the camera working once more. Mason misses in the dirt for ball 3. Now 3-2 they count. Mason comes set at the belt. 3-2 fastball laced into center field. It'll get by the glove of Davis Blair into right field. Q comes on, though, quickly, and the runners will go station to station, and the Buccaneers have the bases loaded following a single from A.J. Orico. back 1-1 count on Marcus O'Malley. Now 2-1 the count with the bases loaded and one out. Zach Mason looking to get out of a jam here in the top of the fourth. We're going to do our best to play and fix with the camera in between innings. So we have the bases loaded. 2-1 count to Marcus O'Malley with one out. 2-1 fastball sits high once again. 3-1 and nowhere to put Zach Mason here with the bases loaded and one out. 3-1 count on Marcus O'Malley. 3-1 pitch in the dirt, ball four, and the Bucks will get another run and an RBI walk by Marcus O'Malley. They now lead 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. So the Buccaneers now lead 2-0. That brings up the three-hole hitter, and Zach Major here in the top of the fourth. Bases still loaded and one out. First pitch fastball in the inner half fouled off for strike one on Major. Major 1 for 2 on the day, single back in the first, and a fly out to the center fielder in the third. It was an absolute shot to center field, but right to the 400 sign went Levi Padilla to catch it for what was the first out in the third. Major fouls off the fastball in the inner half once again. Now 0-2 the count. The bases loaded and one out here in the top of the fourth. One run already in for the inning for the Buccaneers. For Zach Mason, now 1-2 the count on Zach Major. One-two curveball fouled off this time as Zach Major stays in the count at 1-2. Fastball lined into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. One run will score easily. Orico will be held up at third as Levi Padilla gets the throw in. The runners will go station to station once again, but an RBI single this time from Zach Major, and the Buccaneers now lead 3-0 here in the fourth. Now up the catcher, Jose Matos. Still no at-bats in this game. 2 walks in his 2 plate appearances. Comes up with the bases loaded. Still one out in the top of the fourth. Orico at third, O'Malley at second, and Major now at first base. Once again, we will work on correcting the camera issue in the next half inning. But for now, a 3-0 lead for the Buccaneers, as Jose Mato swings and misses at the fastball, up for strike one. Mason comes set at the belt. 0-1 fastball grounded, chopped into the ground. Thies has to go back on it at third base. The throw won't be in time. Infield single. The throw gets behind Wodraska. A second run will come in to score. Major comes all the way from first base to score. 3-run score on the play. 1 on an RBI, the other 2 on an error, and Matos will go to second on the throwing error by Jimmy Thies. And the Buccaneers now leads 6-0 here in the fourth. So a chopper single that he still threw it to first base, even though the play was going to be close. Ball got by Wodrowska and went into right field. 3 runs came in to score, now 6-0. As the runner is on the move, fastball is in there for a called strike. The runner will take third base. It hits off the runner. He tries to come in to stay. He tries to come in to score at home plate and comes in to score. Does Jose Matos. So a stolen base of third, got in there safely. The ball hit off him as he slid into the base, kicked away from third. Matos came in to score. Play was close at home, but the catcher, Brad Hart, could not get the tag down, and he comes in to score. 0-1 count now on the right fielder, Charlie Granitel, and 7-0 Buccaneers with still 1 out in the top of the fourth. Curveball from Mason, now 1-1. The count to Charlie Granitel. 7-0. The Buccaneers have gotten 6 in the inning. 3 of them earned, 3 of them unearned at the moment. One fastball sits outside. Now 2-1 to Granitel. 2-1 fastball up and in, misses. Now 3-1 the count to Granitel. Bases empty, 1 out. Buccaneers have 6 in so far in the fourth. Three-one curveball drops in there for a called strike, runs the count full on Granitel at 3-2. Mason comes set. And the 3-2 curveball ripped into right field, but Jack Q has it measured and will come on and put it away for out number 2 here in the top of the fourth. Now coming up the extra hitter, John Woolley, fly out to right in the first, fly out to center in the third. Now coming up against Zach Mason with 2 outs here in the fourth. First pitch fastball sits high to John Woolley, 1-0. Mason trying to get through the fourth after 6 runs have come in to score. Not all earned runs at the moment. 3 earned, 3 unearned so far in the inning. Mason goes to the curveball on 1-0, fouls it away. Does Woolley to run the count to 1-1. Mason comes set at the belt. 1-1 fastball sits high. Now 2-1 the count to John Woolley. Two-one pitch swung on and missed by Woolley, runs the count to 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Buccaneers have 6 runs in so far in the top of the fourth. Two-two curveball drops in there for a called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Zach Mason, but 6 runs come across the score, and the Buccaneers lead 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the fourth. Still trying to figure out what is wrong with the camera, but we will trek on with the audio coverage of the game as the Ducks try to fight back from down 7-0. They will have the top of the order coming up to face Andrew Juritich in his fourth inning of work here at Joe Russo Field. Christian tries to drop down the drag bunt. Foul tips that one back into the catcher's mitt for strike one. Quickly 0-1 to the left fielder, here to start the bottom of the fourth. Fastball in there for a called strike. Quickly 0-2. Change up in the dirt, runs the count to 1-2 on DJ Christian with nobody out here as Christian leads things off in the bottom of the fourth. Christian takes the fastball in the outer half for a called strike. First strikeout of the inning, first out of the inning for Juritich. And Christian not happy with the call, tosses the bat and gets tossed from the game. So Ducks will need a new left fielder in the next half inning as DJ Christian is now out of the game. Cam Carroll coming up to the plate now. Fastball could have had the corner. Can't really tell from my angle, but Christian tossed the bat after the pitch showing up the umpire, so he gets the early shower here. And now we'll see who the Ducks put in his place in the next half inning in the field. Cam Carroll now coming to the plate. He struck out back in the first looking. Now coming up to lead things off with one out in the fourth. Carroll fouls the first pitch slider off for strike one. Extra hitting today. Usually the catcher for the Ducks is Carroll, looking to start a comeback here as the Ducks are down 7-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Carroll gets the changeup once again, swings and misses at it as it dropped below the knees. Quickly 0-2 on the extra hitter. 0-2 fastball misses off the outer half, about where that pitch was for DJ Christian. Called the ball this time. Now 1-2 the count to Cam Carroll. One-two curveball misses outside once again to the lefty. Cam Carroll. Now 2-2 the count. Carroll choking up on the bat against the pitcher, Andrew Juritich. And Juritich is in the windup. The curveball once again on the outer half, fouled into foul territory. Just gets out of play and out of the reach of the third baseman, Andrew DeMisa, chasing it almost into the Ducks bullpen. Ducks do have the bullpen warming. See who they throw out, possibly next inning, maybe Zach Mason back out, or a new pitcher for the Ducks. We'll have to wait and see. They're trying to get on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the fourth. Once again, we are dealing with some technical difficulties with the camera, but we will continue the audio play-by-play and try to fix the camera in between innings here at Joe Russo Field. 2-2 slider swung on and missed for strike three. Two back-to-back strikeouts to top lead off the bottom of the fourth for Andrew Juritich. Brings up the number 3 hitter, Jimmy Thies, the third baseman. Thies hit by a pitch in his opening at bat. That was the 45th for the Ducks this year. That leads the league. Now trying to start things with 2 outs for the Ducks in the fourth. Thies with a home run the other day against Pompano Beach, his first in a Ducks uniform. Takes the first pitch curveball for ball one. 1-0 fastball ripped into center field. The center fielder can't see it, and the ball will get down over his head, bounce off the wall. Thies will have an easy double. Will try to go for three. The relay throw into Rico. Throwing to third, Demisa. He applies the tag, and he's tagged out at third. The center fielder lost it in the lights. It got past him. Thies had an easy stand-up double. Tried to take three, but the nice relay throw from the center fielder De La Penha to the shortstop Rico, who made a absolute dart of a throw to the third baseman Demisa, who tagged him out for the final out in the fourth. We are through four. Buccaneers lead 7-0. Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the fifth. Still trying to play with the camera to try and get it back and working. On the mound now for the Ducks, Chuck Fishbaugh. Fishbaugh out of Kaiser University through 6 games, 5 innings pitched, 7.20 ERA, 3 walks and 7 Ks. Cole Vida will come in DJ Christian's spot after getting tossed in the last half inning for arguing balls and strikes, as Fishbaugh gets the first pitch in there for a called strike on Andrew Demisa, who placed the nice tag on Jimmy Thies trying to take the extra base on a 2-out double. Demisa swings and misses for strike number 2. Quickly 0-2 the count on him. Vida will go to first, and Jackson Waldroska will shift to left field defensively for Palm Beach. 0-2 fastball grounded the other way down the first base line. Foul to remain in the count, 0-2. Demisa fouls off another fastball to remain in the count at 0-2. First batter to face Chuck Fishbaugh here in the top of the fifth. O2 slider in there for a called strike number 3. First batter, first strikeout for Chuck Fishbaugh here in the fifth. First pitch to Brandon De La Pena in there for a called strike. 0-1 on him. Fastball comes in and hits De La Pena on the elbow. He will go to first on the hit by pitch. Third of the game for the Buccaneers. So with De La Pena going to first, Trevor Dutra coming to the plate, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Buccaneers have a runner on first and 1 out here in the 5th. Dutra grounds it to Fishball on the mound. He throws on his second. Blair gets it, throws on to first. They get out at second base, but the throw from Blair with the runner sliding into him way high. The catcher, though, Brad Hart, backing it up and throws out Dutra trying to take the extra base. So ending up being a double play for the Ducks, but Dutra reaches on a fielder's choice and gets thrown out by the catcher, Brad Hart, to Davis Blair, who is still covering a second base. So 2 outs then recorded for the Ducks. And we are through the top half of the 5th. We're halfway through. Buccaneers lead 7-0. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the 5th. I finally found out and figured out what was wrong with the camera, so we are back live with video as well. Andrew Uritich back out on the mound, and he drops the first pitch curveball in to Davis Blair for a called strike 1. Bucks lead 7-0. Ducks look to start mounting a comeback. Uritich drops the curveball in there again for the second strike, quickly 0-2 on the second baseman, who grounded into a fielder's choice, 6-4 to end the bottom half of the 1st. Oh, 2 curveball misses just outside. Tried to go 3 straight there, but misses the outside corner. Now 1-2 the count on Davis Blair. Blair swings and misses at the pitch in the dirt for strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout in 4 batters for Uritich, dating back to the start of the 4th inning. For out number 1 here in the 5th. That's his 4th of the day. Now comes up Levi Padilla, who singled back in the 2nd. The Ducks, one of the only 2 Ducks hits here through the first 4 1/3. That pitch is low and in for ball 1. Slider backed up on the inside against the lefty Padilla. 1-0 now the count to the center fielder. Uritich's fastball catches the outside half. to run the count to 1-1 now on Padilla. Heritage into the windup. 1-1 changeup swung on and missed in the dirt. 1-2 now. They count on Padilla with nobody on and one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Padilla takes the pitch low and away. Now 2-2 the count to him as Heritage continues to work here in the fifth. Two-two fastball just off the outer half to run the count full. 3-2 now on Padilla with one out and nobody on. Three-two pitch grounded over to the second baseman O'Malley. He charges it, throws on to first for the second out. Now 2 outs brings up Dalton Frank, the shortstop, who grounded into a fielder's choice and then was caught stealing by the catcher Jose Matos back in the second inning. So Dalton Frank steps in with 2 outs. Andrew Yurtich trying to get through the fifth. He dots the outside corner with a fastball for strike number 1. 0-1 slider has Frank swinging. Now 0-2 the count on the shortstop with 2 outs and nobody on. Curveball lifted into left. Back goes the left fielder Nicholas Carr, but he hasn't measured for the final out here in the fifth. Juricic through 5, wheeling and dealing as we are through 5. Buccaneers lead 7-0. Welcome back, everybody, here to the top of the sixth. Let's take a trip around the SFCBL from today before we get started. 2 different doubleheaders going on today. The West Boca Snappers and West Palm Beach Knights played 2 games. The Knights took game 1 5-4. The Snappers took game 2 7-0. The Phipps Park Barracudas hosted the Florida Pokers for 2. Pokers taking game 1 6-1. Barracudas taking game 2 17-8. And then the other game today, the Pompano Beach Clippers defeated the Boca Raton Blazers 3-1. The Boca Blazers come to Joe Russo Field tomorrow to play the Ducks. Chuck Fishbaugh back out on the mound, and the first batter he faces, Nicholas Carr, hit by a pitch, and he will take first with nobody out here to start the sixth. Fishbaugh's second inning of work. Zach Mason line closed, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. I'd like to repeat, that's not official because I don't know exactly how many runs were earned, but I am estimating 3 of them were earned based on the 2 errors that were made in that inning. Fishbaugh now facing the top of the order for the first time and drops in the 2-seam fastball for a called strike on A.J. Orico, 0-1. Orico 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 singles and a run scored here for the Buccaneers. The 2-seam fastball dotting the outside corner to the lefty. Quickly 0-2 now on Orico. Buccaneers over their 5 per game runs per game total here with 7 through the first 5 innings. Looking to add to that, Orico takes the fastball on the outer half. 4-1 now, 1-2 the count on the shortstop. Orico choking up on Fishbaugh, the 2-seam fastball this time, missing on the outer half to run the count to 2-2. 4 hit by pitches taken for the Buccaneers here today. Evens them at 45 as the Ducks have been hit by 1 pitch in this one as well. 2-seam fastball misses outside once again to run the count full to 3-2 on the leadoff hitter, Orico. So both teams now even in hit by pitches. Ducks have led it pretty much since the first day. They got off to 20 hit by pitches in I think like the first 4 or 5 games. Orico takes the fastball in the inner half, lifts it into center field. That'll drop in front of Padilla for a base hit and 2 straight base runners to lead off the 6th for the Buccaneers. Now the 2-hitter Marcus O'Malley, 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, an RBI walk in the 4th, and a run scored as well in the 6-run 4th inning. Comes up with first and second. Still nobody out here against Chuck Fishbaugh in the 6th. O'Malley drops the bunt down. That'll go right to the pitcher, Fishbaugh, who will throw on to first. First put out for Vida coming into the game for DJ Christian. Now 1 out, with runners on second and third. So a sacrifice bunt there for Marcus O'Malley brings up the 3-hitter Zach Major, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored for Major. 2 runners out there for him as the Ducks will bring their infield in, down 7-0 in the 6th. 1 out and runners on second and third for Boynton Beach. Fastball misses outside, 4-1 on Major. Fishbaugh set at the belt. The 1-0 2-seamer sits outside once again, now 2-0 on Major. Fishbaugh goes back to the fastball on 2-0. That's fouled off by the designated hitter to run the count to 2-1. Fishbaugh comes set. 2-1 2-seamer sits outside. Now 3-1 the count to Zach Major with Orico on second and Carr on third. Inning all started with a first pitch hit by pitch by Nicholas Carr, and then a single by A.J. Orico, followed by the sac bunt to advance the runners to second and third by Marcus O'Malley. 3-1 2-seamer swung on and missed to run the count full to 3-2. Second full count of the inning for Fishbaugh had a full count on A.J. Orico before Orico lofted a single into shallow center field. Three-two fastball popped up. Right fielder Jack Q will come running in, but the second baseman Blair drifts into the outfield, makes the catch. No tag at third for Carr, and that's the second out of the inning for the Ducks. Now up the catcher, Jose Matos. 1 for 1 on the day with 2 walks, singled, and drove in a run in the fourth. Also scored a run in the fourth as well. First pitch from Fishball in there for a called strike. Fishball looking to escape trouble here in the sixth with runners on second and third and 2 out. 0-1 fastball dribbled back to Fishball. He fields it cleanly on the mound, throws on to Vida, and the Buccaneers leave runners on second and third here in the top of the sixth, but still lead 7-0 as we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the sixth. Andrew Uritich back out for his sixth inning of work. And leading off for the Ducks, Joey Cicini, the designated hitter, popped out to the shortstop in the second inning, now leading off the sixth inning for Palm Beach. Uritich wheeling and dealing through 5 so far, only 2 hits allowed as that first pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. 1 hit by pitch on the day as well. No walks for Uritich to this point. 1-0 fastball misses low. 2-0 now the count to Joey Cicini. 2-0 curveball drops in there for a called strike. Now 2-1 the count on Cicini, looking to start a rally for the Ducks here in the sixth as they're down 7-0 to the Boynton Beach Buccaneers. Curveball from Uritich sits high and inside. Now 3-1 the count to Cicini. 3-1 fastball fouled off, runs the count full to 3-2 on Cecchini, a 2022 South Florida Collegiate Baseball League All-Star as an extra hitter. I don't know if extra hitter and designated hitter are considered two different positions, but he's the designated hitter tonight. 3-2 curveball popped up on the infield. Back comes the catcher, Jose Matos. He sheds the mask and couldn't come down with that one, as the count will remain 3-2. Matos did everything right, shedded the mask, got to it. The ball had enough backspin to drop down right in front of him in comparison to the field of play. Juricic is 3-2 once more, fouled off. Fastball on the outside corner once again, fouled off this time by Joey Cecchini to the left side. Count remains 3-2. Three-two curveball this time, fouled off. Once more, count still 3-2 on Joey Cecchini. Three-two curveball ripped down the line in left field. That'll get down for a base hit. The left fielder Carr gets it in the corner and in quickly to hold Joey Cecchini to a single, but the Ducks have a leadoff single, their third hit of the game, to lead off the bottom half of the sixth. So Cecchini fouls off a couple pitches at 3-2, gets the curveball and lines it into left field. Brings up Brad Hart, grounded out to the second baseman in his first at-bat in the third. Now looking to continue things here for the Ducks in the sixth with Cecchini on first and no out. First pitch fastball on the outer half, fouled off by Hart for strike one. Juricic comes set at the belt. Drops the 0-1 curveball just below the knees to run the count to 1-1. Juricic will check in on Cecchini over there at first as he dives back in safely. Return to Brad Hart with a 1-1 count. Juricic comes set. The 1-1 fastball grounded to the shortstop, Rico. He goes to his left onto second base, and they just barely, Brad Hart beats it out to first base for the fielder's choice. Nice turn by Orico and O'Malley up the middle, but not in time to get Brad Hart. Joey Urban will courtesy run for Brad Hart at first base. That brings up Jackson Wodraska here with one out, and Urban at first. Juricic could use another ground ball here with one out and a runner on first. First pitch fastball sits side of Wodraska for ball one. Wodraska grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat back in the third. Now facing Juricic once more in the sixth. Fastball in the inner half, fouled off to run the count even at 1-1. Juricic comes set at the belt. He will check in on Joey Urban over there at first before re-engaging with Jackson Wojdraska and a 1-1 count. 1-1 fastball swung on and missed by Wojdraska, runs the count to 1-2 on the left fielder now. Started the game at first base, moved to left field when Cole Vida came in for DJ Christian. Yurtich comes set. 1-2 fastball lifted into center field. De La Pena has it measured though in center and makes the catch for out number 2. Well struck ball by Wojdraska, but right to the center fielder. De La Pena brings up the right fielder, Jack Q. Q popped out to the second baseman in his first at-bat to end the third. Now up with 2 outs in the 6th, and Joey Urban on first base. Yurtich will check in on the runner once again before engaging with the right fielder, Jack Q. First pitch misses, 4-1. 1-0 now on Jack Q here in the 6th with 2 outs. One-0 curveball from Yurtich sits inside. Now 2-0 the count to the right fielder Q. Ducks in danger of falling to 500 for the first time this season. Started out 8-1 and have started to slide since then. Sit at 13-12. Are in playoff position as of now. If the season ended today, 2-0 slider from Yurtich in the dirt for ball 3. Down 7-0. We'll have to mount a comeback to try and prevent that. Fastball from Yurtich sits high, ball 4. First walk of the day from Andrew Yurtich. We'll put runners on first and second for the top of the order. And Cole Vida getting his first at bat now for the Ducks. Vida coming into the game for DJ Christian after Christian got thrown out of the game for arguing balls and strikes after getting punched out looking by Yurtich in his last at-bat. Vida takes the first pitch changeup for a called strike. Vida coming into this one 18 games with a 188 batting average to a 339 on base percentage so far this summer. 0-1 curveball misses outside, runs the count even at 1-1 on Cole Vida. One fastball misses high. Now 2-1 the count to Vida. Joey Urban on second, courtesy running for Brad Hart, and Jack Q just walked on first base. 2-1 fastball grounded, and it will get up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Urban rounds third and will come on home. De La Pena's throw not in time, and the Ducks get on the board on the RBI single from Cole Vida, and the Buccaneers lead is now 7-1 here in the 6th. Q goes first to third on that one, and we'll have a visit from the Buccaneers pitching coach here with 2 outs. Now up for the Ducks, the extra hitter Cam Carroll. 2 strikeouts against Jurtich so far today. Comes up with first and third and 2 outs here in the 6th. Jurtich will stay in the game to face Cam Carroll with 2 outs here at Joe Russo Field. Ducks just got on the board. Buccaneers lead now 7-1 in the 6th. So digging in now, the extra hitter Cam Carroll. Vida at first, Jack Q at third with 2 outs. Jurtich comes set. First pitch fastball misses high. 1-0 now on Carroll. Ducks have struggled to score runs the last 2 games. The doubleheader scored a combined 3 against the Clippers. Only 1 through the first 5 2/3 here tonight. 1-0 from Carroll. Fastball lined into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. 2 straight base hits by the Ducks. An RBI for Carroll. Now 7-2 Ducks lead here in the 6th. Now coming to the plate, Jimmy Thies doubled back in the 4th. Tried to extend it into a triple, but Bucks had a nice relay throw. De La Penha to Rico to Demisa to throw him out at third base. Now comes up with 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Ducks. 2 runs in the inning so far for Palm Beach. First pitch misses low on Thies. 1-0. Vida on first. Vida on second. Cam Carroll on first here with 2 outs. Thies gets the slider that sits high. Now 2-0 the count to Thies. Curveball drops in there for a called strike. 2-1 now the count on Jimmy Thies. 2 outs here in the 6th. Two on fastball fouled back. Now 2-2 the count on Jimmy Thies. Jurtich comes set. And the 2-2 curveball in the dirt gets by the catcher Matos. Both runners will move up to second and third on the wild pitch. So now 2 runners in scoring position and a full count to Jimmy Thies. Working out of the full windup is Jurtich. The 3-2 fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. The Ducks get 2 in the bottom of the 6th, but Jurtich through 6 innings, only 2 earned runs. Buccaneers lead 7-2 through 6. Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the 7th. Chuck Fishbaugh back out on the mound for the Ducks. Third inning of work. Faces Charlie Granitel to lead things off, who's 0 for 1 with 2 hit by pitches in this one. Almost another hit by pitch as well, as he takes the first pitch fastball on the inside half for ball 1. Fishbaugh comes set. 1-0 two-seam fastball swung on and miss. 1-1. 1-1 two-seam fastball below the knees, fouled off to run the count to 1-2 on Granitel. One-two fastball misses outside. Now 2-2 the count on the right fielder. Here to lead off the top of the 7th. Buccaneers lead 7-2 as the Diamond Ducks got 2 in the bottom half of the 6th. 2-2 fastball fouled off. Now 2-2 the count on Granitel. Granitel shaking off the fastball that he fouled off his leg. Now digging back in with a 2-2 count on Chuck Fishbaugh. 2-2 two-seamer sits inside now. 3-2 the count on Granitel. Three-two fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout for Fishbaugh so far tonight. Now up John Woolley 0 for 3. 2 flyouts to center and right, and then a strikeout in the 4th. Now comes up with 1 out in the 7th. First pitch fastball from Fishbaugh misses high, now 1-0. Another fastball misses low, 2-0 now the count to John Woolley. Fastball misses on the inside half. Now 3-0 the count to Woolley with Andrew DeMisa on deck. .30 pitch in there for a called strike. Now 3-1. .31 fastball misses off the outer half for a walk for John Woolley. And the Buccaneers have a base runner on first for Andrew DeMisa here in the 7th with 1 out. Anybody missing the return of Max Scherzer for the Mets tonight while watching this one? Mets are through 5, tied at 0. Max Scherzer 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts on 70 pitches. Two-seam fastball to start off. DeMisa fouled off for strike 1. Fishbaugh goes to the slider on 0-1. That misses low. Now 1-1 the count on Andrew DeMisa. Two-seam fastball once more. Now 1-2 the count as Demisa fouls it off on Fishbaugh. One-two, two-seam fastball in the inner half. Swung on and missed for strike three. Third strikeout of the outing for Fishbaugh. Second of the inning here in the seventh, bringing up Brandon De La Penha, the center fielder. 0 for 0. 2 walks and a hit by pitch so far tonight. 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases for him as well. De La Penha swings and misses at the two-seamer for strike one. Fishbaugh running the two-seamer in on the right-handers exclusively here in the seventh. Oh, 1 two-seamer sits low. Now 1-1 the count on De La Penha. Another two-seamer on the inside half. Misses. Now 2-1 on De La Penha with 2 outs. And John Woolley at first base. Two-seamer misses off the outside this time. Now 3-1 the count to the center fielder. Two-seamer on the outer half, swung on and missed to run the count full to 3-2. Second full count of the inning for Chuck Fishbaugh. Runner on the move, 3-2, 2 outs, fouled off by De La Penha at the plate. Count will remain full. Runner will get the head start with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. 3-2 fastball elevated at Cole Vida, goes into foul territory and will make the catch on the warning track for out number 3. Nice catch by Cole Vida to end the inning. We are through 7 to hit the 7th inning stretch. Buccaneers lead 7-2. Take a minute to get away from your iPad, phone, tablet, whatever device you're watching the game on, and stretch and rejoin us for the bottom half of the 7th. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the 7th. New pitcher on the mound for the Boynton Beach Buccaneers, Osley Lopez out of Barry University. 3 games, 4 innings for him. 15.75 ERA, 11 walks and 7 Ks. 2 saves as well for him. The line is closed on Andrew Uritich. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. The first batter to face Osley Lopez is Davis Blair, and he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. One-0 fastball misses low. Now 2-0 the count on Davis Blair. Fastball in the dirt now. Quickly 3-0 to Blair, who is 0 for 2. They ground out fielder's choice and a strikeout in the 5th. 3-0 fastball dots the outside corner to run the count run the count to 3-1. 3-1 fastball misses low and away for ball 4. A leadoff walk for the Ducks here in the 7th. Levi Padilla, the center fielder, coming to the plate, 1 for 2 with a single back in the 2nd. Padilla coming up with nobody out, and Davis Blair on first. See if the Ducks can start a rally here in the 7th, down 5. First pitch fastball inside, hits Padilla on the leg. He'll go to first. And the Ducks have 2 base runners to start the bottom of the 7th. Still nobody out for Dalton Frank. Frank 0 for 2 on the day with a fielder's choice and a fly out to the left fielder. Comes up with runners on first and second. Blair on second. Padilla on first, and still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch fastball misses outside and gets by the catcher Jose Matos off the glove for a pass ball. The runners are on second and third now for Dalton Frank with still nobody out. Frank 10 RBIs on the season, looking to add to his total here with nobody out. Fastball hits the top of the zone to run the count to 1-1 on Dalton Frank. Bucks got 6 of the 7 runs in the 4th inning. Have led it the whole way since the 2nd inning as that fastball misses high. 2-1 now the count to Frank. Ducks got 2 back in the 6th, now looking to get some more back in the 7th with runners on second and third and still nobody out. Osley Lopez on the bump. 2-1 fastball in the outer half, fouled off for strike 2. 2-2 now they count to Frank. Two-two fastball ripped into right field. Back goes the right fielder Granatel. He'll make the catch. Blair will tag and score easily, and Padilla will go to third easily. Doubly productive sacrifice fly for Dalton Frank and an RBI as well, as the Ducks cut the deficit to 4, and now the score is 7-3. now up. Joey Cicini singled in his last at-bat in the last inning in the 6th. Otherwise, 1 for 2 on the day. Cicini does have a home run on the year, looking to drive in the run from third at minimum, possibly cut the deficit in half now with a long ball. First pitch slider outside to Cicini, 4-1. 1-0 fastball fouled back. Now 1-1 the count. Ball was fouled straight back off the mask of the umpire. He seems to be no worse the wear, which is good news. We can get back into play. 1-1 count on Joey Cicini. 1-1 fastball in there for a called strike at the top of the zone. Now 1-2 the count on Cicini. One-two fastball. Nice scoop at the plate by Jose Matos to save a run. Now 2-2 the count. So Joey Cicini with 1 out here. Levi Padilla at third. 2-2 fastball fouled straight back and out of play. Count remains 2-2 to Joey Cicini. 1 out here in the 7th. Two fastball misses high, runs the count full to 3-2. First full count of the inning for Lopez. Second 3-ball count. Three-two fastball in the dirt, ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Lopez. Now runners on first and third for the Ducks, and Brad Hart coming to the plate. Hart 0 for 2 on the day, reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th, came around to score the first Ducks run. Now up with first and third, and 1 out as he takes the fastball at the top of the zone, a 4-strike 1. Oh, 1 fastball grounded over to the past the first baseman Dutra and into right field. The second baseman fields it, and Cicini will advance the third on the infield single, RBI infield single for Brad Hart, and the score is now 7-4 Buccaneers here in the 7th, and 1 out. Cicini going first to third as the ball got into right field. O'Malley chased it into the outfield, but his throw couldn't be in time to get Cicini advancing to third. And now first and third, and 1 out for Jackson Wodrowska. So the Ducks threatening here, a tying run now coming to the plate in the form of Jackson Wodrowska. Runners on first and third, and 1 out. First pitch fastball in the outer half in there for a called strike on the left fielder. Fastball is too high to handle for the catcher Matos, and Cicini comes in to score as well as Hart going to second. Score now 7-5. Buccaneers here in the 7th. Wodraska still representing the tying run at the plate. Short visit from the pitching coach, and we come back to play 1-1 the count. 1-1 fastball sits high now, 2-1 the count to Jackson Wodraska, representing the tying run as the Ducks already have 3 runs home here in the 7th, trying to mount a comeback. They were down 7-2 entering the inning, now 7-5. 2-1 fastball inside once again, now 3-1 the count to the left fielder. Three-one fastball inside for ball 4, and the tying run is now on first. 7-5 for Jack Hugh coming to the plate. Jack Hugh now coming to the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored back in the 6th. Coming to the plate as the go-ahead run, tying run, Jackson Wodraska on first. First pitch slider is down and away. That gets behind the catcher on the wild pitch. And the runners will move up to second and third. Now tying run at second. Tying run at second for Jack Q. One-0 fastball misses high. 2-0 now the count to Q. Top of the order and Cole Vida on deck. 2-0 fastball just misses off the outer half. 3-0 now the count as Lopez works out of the full windup with runners on second and third. Buccaneers leaving their infield back. And the 3-0 pitch misses low, ball 4-4 pitch walk. And Jack Q, the go-ahead run now on, and we will have a pitching change as the Ducks have the bases loaded. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first for Cole Vida. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 7th, bases are loaded. Ducks have 3 runs in already in the inning. Tying run at second. Go-ahead run at third for the first baseman, Cole Vida. RBI single in his last at-bat in the 6th. The first pitch fastball is fouled off for strike 1. Vida already 1 RBI in this one, looking to add to that. Bases are loaded. Corners are in for the Buccaneers. Middle infielders back to turn 2. Grimmel comes set. 0-1 fastball swung on and missed for strike 2. We realized I didn't introduce the new pitcher on the mound, Colin Grimmel out of Lawson State. 10 games, 13 innings pitched, 5.54 ERA, 10 walks, 15 strikeouts for him. 0-2 count on Cole Vida. Grimmel goes to the curveball. That misses low. Nice job on laying it off by Vida. Now 1-2. One-two fastball fouled off to remain in the count. 1-2 on Cole Vida. Ducks were down 7-0 going into the 6th. They got 2 in the 6th, have 3 so far in the 7th. Now 7-5. Bases loaded, tying run at second. Go-ahead run in Jack Q at first. Has some speed. If Cole Vida can get one into the gap, he takes ball 2 on the fastball. Up and in though, 2-2. Vida coming into the game midway through for DJ Christian. RBI single in the 6th inning. Now up in the 7th with the bases loaded. 2-2 curveball on the outside corner for strike 3 looking. Grimmel comes in and gets Vida looking for the second out. Now Cam Carroll up with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Carroll 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI single in the 6th. Now comes up in a multiple RBI opportunity. Tying run still at second base. Go-ahead run still at first now with 2 outs. First pitch fastball from Grimmel misses outside. 1-0. Fastball in there on the outside corner for a called strike. Runs the count to 1-1 on Cam Carroll. One pitch lined, and that will get down into right field for a base hit. Urban scores easily. Wodrowska trying to score as well. He is safe at home plate, and the game is tied 7-7 in the 7th. Jack Q goes to third as well. Cam Carroll, a 2 RBI single, and we are all tied at 7 here. Close play at home plate. Nice job by Wodrowska to slide to the back of the base and avoid the tag. And the Ducks have come back and scored 5 in the inning and are tied now 7-7 with Jimmy Thies coming to the plate. Still runners on first and third with 2 outs. Both of those runs charged to Lopez. And Q at first, still the responsibility of Lopez as well. Carroll on the move. He will take second base. A stolen base, somewhat of a defensive indifference, but not really. So 0-1 now the count as the fastball is in there for a called strike on Thies. Carroll goes to second. 2 runners now in scoring position with 2 outs. Gets rid of the force at second base as well. 0-1 curveball backs up on the inner half to run the count to 1-1. Thies 1 for 2 on the day with a double and a hit by pitch. Now up with 2 runners on, looking to give the Ducks the lead. 1-1 curveball from Grimmel. Misses in the dirt. Now 2-1 the count on Jimmy Thies. Grimmel coming in the middle of the inning. Try and clean up the mess Lopez had with the bases loaded. Got Vida looking. Cam Carroll 2 RBI single tied it up. Now Jimmy Thies a 2-1 count trying to give the Ducks the lead. 2-1 fastball sits high now. 3-1 the count on Thies. These 3 RBIs for the Ducks so far. Looking to double that total. One swing of the bat, but he won't get that chance. 3-1 fastball misses low for ball 4, and the bases will be loaded for Davis Blair. Davis Blair comes up now with the bases loaded. As the Ducks bat around, Blair started this inning with a walk against Lopez. Now comes up with the bases juice, go-ahead run at third. 2 outs. Blair 0 for 2 with a walk. The walk back in the 7th inning. He takes the first pitch at the knees and black on the inside half for strike 1. Grimmel comes set at the belt. Slider on 0-1 misses outside and down. Now 1-1 the count to Blair. One fastball in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher Matos to save a run. Now 2-1 the count to Davis Blair. Grimmel comes set. 2-1 fastball just misses off the outer half. Now 3-1 and nowhere to place Grimmel here with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Three and 1 the count to Davis Blair. 2 outs, bases loaded. Go ahead run at third base. 3-1 fastball fouled back, and the count will be full 3-2. The merry-go-round will be in motion with 3-2 and 2 outs. Tense times here at Joe Russo Field. Go ahead run at third. Merry-go-round in motion, 3-2, 2 outs to Davis Blair. 3-2 fastball swung on and foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 3. The Ducks leave the bases loaded but get 5 in the inning to come back and tie it at 7. We go to the 8th, all tied up at 7. Welcome back, everybody, to the top half of the eighth. Andrew Siskowski now on the mound for the Ducks, replacing Chuck Fishbaugh. Siskowski on the year, 6 games, 10 1/3 innings pitched, 0.87 ERA with 5 walks and 11 Ks. An important 3 innings pitched from Fishbaugh. No earned runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts held the Ducks in it, and the Ducks have come back, scored 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th, and I've come back to tie this one at 7. Siskowski will face 8, 9, 9, 10, and 1 in the order, starting with Trevor Dutra. First pitch fastball to Dutra in there for a called strike. Ducks were once down 7-0, now tied 7-7 in the top of the 8th. 0-1 fastball misses outside, now 1-1. Siskowski into the windup. 1-1 slider misses in the dirt, now 2-1 the count to Dutra. Two-one fastball from Siskowski in there for a called strike at the knees. Now even at 2-2 to lead off the top of the 8th. Two-two fastball misses at the top of the zone. Now 3-2 the count to Dutra, leading off the top half of the 8th, tied 7-7 here at Joe Russo Field. Three-two fastball misses just on the inside part of the plate, and a leadoff walk from Andrew Siskowski brings up Nicholas Carr with a runner on first and no out. Carr 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a hit by pitch. Comes up with a runner on first and no out in the top of the 8th. Top of the order on deck for the Buccaneers. Carr squares the bunt. Fastball, nice scoop by Brad Hart to prevent the runner from advancing to second. Buccaneers look to be trying to bunt the runner over here with nobody out in the top of the 8th. Carr squaring early, then pulls it back. 1-0, a fastball fouled away to run the count to 1-1. We'll have a quick mound visit from the pitching coach, Joe Gray. One count. Carr squares the bunt again, takes the fastball in on the outside half for a called strike. Now 1-2 on Carr, nobody out, and Dutra at first base. 1-2 fastball fouled back. Count remains 1-2 on Nicholas Carr. One-two slider sits high now. 2-2 the count to Carr. Still nobody out in the top of the 8th. 2-2 count to Nick Carr with the top of the order. AJ Orico on deck. Runner is on the move. 2-2 slider swung on and missed for strike 3. Dutra does steal the base though, and will be on second for the top of the order. And AJ Orico. Orico 3 for 3 with a walk, on base 4 times tonight. Comes up with the go-ahead run in scoring position with 1 out here in the 8th. Orico choking up on the bat with Siskowski on the mound. The first pitch fastball misses outside for ball 1. One-0 fastball fouled back on the check swing, moves the count to 1-1. Big batter here for Siskowski. Runner on second is the go-ahead run with AJ Orico, the top of the order, up, and Marcus O'Malley on deck. 1-1 fastball misses away. Now 2-1 the count on Orico. Two-one fastball misses inside. Now 3-1 the count on Orico, with Marcus O'Malley on deck. Still 1 out in the top of the 8th. Orico squares the bunt on 3-1, fouls that one back to run the count full to 3-2. Trying to drag a bunt there was Orico. Fouled it back, now full count 3-2 with 1 out. Three-two fastball on the corner for strike 3. Big pitch from Siskowski, second strikeout of the inning. Now 2 outs for Marcus O'Malley. Fastball absolutely dotted the outside corner. Now up to O'Malley with 2 outs and the go-ahead run at second base. O'Malley 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, an RBI walk, and a sac bunt as he takes the first pitch in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 fastball in the outer half this time, in there for a called strike, and quickly up 0-2 is Siskowski. Doesn't have to throw a strike here to Marcus O'Malley. 0-2 slider chopped over to Thies at third. He fields it going to his left, throws on to first to Vida, and Siskowski gets out of the jam, leaves the runner on second, and we head to the bottom of the eighth, tied at 7. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom of the eighth. Rain starting to fall here at Joe Russo Field. Colin Grimmel back out on the mound. Levi Padilla at the plate to lead things off as he takes ball one inside, 1-0. A light rain falling at Joe Russo Field in the bottom of the eighth, tied 7-7. Ducks have scored in each of the last 2 innings. Padilla takes ball 2 inside this time, 2-0. Ducks have scored 2 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th to come all the way back down from 7-0, tied 7-7 in the bottom of the 8th. Padilla rips one into right. That'll get down in front of Granatel in right field. Leadoff single for Levi Padilla. Now up for the Ducks, Dalton Frank. Sacrifice flying an RBI in his last at-bat in the 7th, otherwise 0 for 2 on the day. Comes up with the go-ahead run at first and nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Frank squaring to bunt. Levi Padilla goes for second base. The curveball in there for a called strike. Padilla thrown out at second base for the first out. So the go-ahead run on first erased on the caught stealing. And a 1-0 count, the ball was outside on Frank. Fastball, though, on 1-0, swung and missed. Now 1-1. Interesting call there from the Ducks. Padilla, if Frank gets the bunt down, would get second base most likely. Tries to take it with his speed. Gets caught stealing. And now swing and miss from Frank, 1-2 with 1 out and nobody on. One-two changeup from Grimmel in the dirt. Now 2-0 the count on Frank. We crossed the 10 o'clock hour here at Joe Russo Field. Still tied at 7, still tied at 7 in the 8th. Fastball in the outer half lifted into the infield. The shortstop Rico calls, but then called off by the second baseman O'Malley, who puts it away for out number 2. Now coming to the plate, Joey Cicini, 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a walk and a run scored. He has 1 home run on the year. See if he can put a launch into one with 2 outs. Nobody on. Grimmel takes Grimmel's first pitch fastball high for ball 1. One-0 fastball sits high once again. Now 2-0 on Joey Cicini. Grimmel's 2-0 fastball just low, now 3-0 on Cicini with 2 outs and nobody on. Rio slider outside, ball 4, and the Ducks have another base runner here. Go ahead run now at first with 2 outs for Brad Hart. Brad Hart, RBI single back in the 7th. Has scored 2 runs on the night and now comes up with a go-ahead run on first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Grimmel trying to get the Buccaneers into the top of the 9th. Still tied at 7. Cicini now at first, though, with 2 outs. And Hart takes the first pitch fastball in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 fastball fouled off to the right side and out of play. Now 0-2 the count to Cicini. Excuse me, to Brad Hart. Oh, 2 curveball just misses off the outer half of the plate. Now 1-2 they count to Hart. One-two curveball to Hart, grounded to Rico. Takes a hard hop, but he still corrals it, tosses on to O'Malley at second for the final out. And we head to the top of the 9th, still tied at 7. Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the ninth. Andrew Siskowski went out for warm-ups and then came off. Possible injury, not going to speculate though, but he came off, and Cam Carroll is now taking his place on the mound. Siskowski's final line: 1 inning, no hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Cam Carroll getting his first action on the mound for the Ducks this season, coming in a big spot as he faces 3, 4, 5 in the Buccaneers order in the top of the ninth, all tied up at 7. First pitch fastball from Carroll, and Zach Major lines that one through the third base shortstop hole for a leadoff single. Now up Jose Matos as Carroll tries to get settled in as the go-ahead run at first with nobody out. Matos 1 for 2 with 2 walks on the day. Comes up top of ninth, go-ahead run at first, nobody out. First pitch fastball from Carroll, fouled back for strike 1. Carroll's the extra hitter in this game, going into pitch in the ninth as Andrew Siskowski came off the mound during his warm-up pitches. Oh, 1 elevated fastball swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 on Jose Matos. Oh, 2 elevated fastball foul back. Still 0-2 on Jose Matos. Not much of a lead over there at first from Zach Major. Carroll comes set. 0-2 fastball once again fouled off by Matos. Don't know if Carroll has an off-speed pitch. Has only shown the fastball so far to the first 2 batters. Ducks have only had to have a position player pitch once so far this season against the Pompano Beach Clippers. It was also in a tie game. They ran out of bullpen. Nice curveball there from Cam Carroll, but that misses high for ball 1. Pablo Ruiz came in the top of the ninth as they were tied 2 at 8. The Ducks were down 8-2 in that game, came back tied at 8. They ran out of bullpen arms, so they had to throw Pablo Ruiz in there as Cam Carroll throws the fastball and swing and miss from Jose Matos for strike 3. So Carroll has 1 strikeout and 1 out. Now up the right fielder, Charlie Granatel, 0 for 2 with 2 hit by pitches so far today. That game didn't end well for the Ducks. They lost 11-8 as Ruiz gave up 3 runs in the ninth in his 2 innings of work. Ducks, similar situation, were down 7-0, came back to tie it at 7. Had Siskowski on the mound as Carroll. His first pitch fastball is high for ball 1. But Siskowski coming off the mound during warm-up pitches, and now they have to send Cam Carroll out there as they're out of bullpen arms for tonight. See if Carroll can keep the tie intact. 1-0 fastball fouled into foul territory. Cole Vita, the first baseman, going over. And it drops in foul territory for strike 1. Carroll comes set. Fastball from Carroll hits the outside corner for a strike. Now 1-2 the count. One-two fastball sails high. 2-2 the count now to Charlie Granatel. 2-2 fastball sails high. Now 3-2 the count to Charlie Granitel with Zach Major at first base representing the tying run. Three-two fastball sails high. Ball four. Runners now on first and second with one out for Cam Carroll. Now facing John Woolley. Woolley 0 for 3 with a walk, 2 flyouts, and a strikeout. Now facing Cam Carroll, though, in the ninth with 2 runners on. Go-ahead run at second base and 1 out. First pitch fastball misses inside, ball 1 on Woolley. .10 fastball ripped into left field. That'll get off the wall. Major will score easily. Granitel right behind him in a stand-up 2 RBI double to put the Buccaneers ahead 9-7 here in the ninth for John Woolley. That ball was absolutely laced off the wall in left center. And now 9-7, Buccaneers lead in the ninth. Now up the third baseman, Andrew DeMisa, trying to keep the inning going with 1 out and John Woolley at second base. First pitch fastball to DeMisa, sits high, ball 1. Ball hit right off the fence near the 375 sign in left center to put the Buccaneers ahead. Fastball up and in, misses 2-0 now the count. .20 fastball misses outside. Now 3-0 the count to Andrew DeMisa. Fastball misses outside. 4 pitch walk to Andrew DeMisa, puts runners on first and second now with 1 out for Brandon De La Penha. First pitch to De La Penha in there for a called strike, 0-1. Fastball misses up, runs the count to 1-1 on De La Penha. Runners on first and second. Woolley on second. DeMisa on first. 1 out here in the top of the ninth. 1-1 fastball fouled off down the third base side. Now 1-2 the count on Brandon De La Penha. One-two fastball lifted into right field. In comes Jack Kewhelf to field it on a bounce. 4 straight base runners, should I say, for the Buccaneers, and they have the bases loaded now for Trevor Dutra. Dutra 0 for 2 with 2 walks on the day, comes up with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Buccaneers already have 2 in the inning to take the lead at 9-7. First pitch from Cam Carroll to Dutra in there for a called strike. 0-1 fastball popped up on the infield. Calling it is the second baseman, Davis Blair. It drops on the infield. Ball drops. Should have been an infield fly. And I guess another run will come in to score. And I guess this guy from second base tagged up. So now the runner goes to third. Andrew DeMisa goes to third. Infield fly rule was called. The run comes in to score from third. Woolley, the runner at first, stays at bay. 10-7 now here in the ninth. Little confusion on the field. The infield fly rule wasn't explicitly called by the umpire. Didn't shout it. Maybe just pointed up, I guess. Nonetheless, one run will come in to score. DeMisa goes to third. De La Pena just takes second base on defensive indifference. And the 1-0 fastball swung on. Excuse me. Yeah, De La Pena takes second on defensive indifference. And now Carr swings and misses to make the count 1-1. And the 1-1 fastball sits high, 2-1. Umpire should yell infield fly rule. Both umpires after the one infield fly rule is called. Wasn't really explicitly called, as Carr swings and misses to make the count 2-2. Ducks appealed second base. The umpire didn't really rule him safe. He just didn't really put his arms out. He was talking to the shortstop as Carroll's pitch. This is inside to run the count full 3-2. So 10-7 now in the ninth. 3-2 fastball from Cam Carroll misses upstairs for ball 4. Bases are loaded once again. Buccaneers lead 10-7 here in the ninth. They have 3 in the inning. The bases are loaded for the leadoff hitter, AJ Orico. 3 for 4 with 3 singles, a walk, and a strikeout. The strikeout in the 8th inning against Siskowski, now facing Cam Carroll. Carroll's first pitch misses high for ball 1. One 0 fastball misses inside, now 2-0 the count on Orico. 2-0 fastball grooved in there for a called strike. Now 2-1 the count to the leadoff hitter, Orico. Two-one fastball sits high. Now 3-1 to Orico. Nowhere to put Cam Carroll with the bases loaded. He's working out of the full windup with the bases loaded. 3-1 fastball in there for a called strike. 3-2. The merry-go-round will be in motion as the bases are juiced, and a 3-2 count with 2 outs. 3-2 fastball on the outside corner at the top of the zone for a called strike. 3. The Buccaneers get 3 in the top of the ninth and now lead 10-7. And the Ducks look to come back once again in the bottom half of the ninth. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the ninth, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Buccaneers, Sean Kennedy. 8 games pitched, 14 2/3 innings, 1.23 ERA, 3 walks, 14 strikeouts, and 3 saves. Looking to get his 4th save as the Bucs are up 10-7 in the ninth. They scored 3 to take the lead in the top half of the ninth. Jackson Wodraska leading off takes a called strike number 1. A 1 fastball swung on and missed, and quickly 0-2 on Wodraska. About 3 hours and 30 minutes into this game. 10-7 in the ninth. Wodraska up 0-2 count. And the fastball from Kennedy misses for ball 1. One-two fastball is swung on and missed for strike 3. 1 out now in the bottom of the ninth for the 10-hitter Jack Q. Q 0 for 1 on the day with 2 walks. Now up with 1 out. Ducks down 3 here in the bottom half of the ninth. Ducks have rallied back from down 7-0. We'll have to rally back from down 10-7 here in the bottom half of the ninth. First pitch fastball grooved in there for a called strike from Kennedy. 0-1 now on Jack Q. Kennedy comes set. 0-1 fastball fouled back. Now quickly 0-2. 0-2 on the second straight batter for Kennedy to start his 9th inning. Oh, 0-1 fastball just misses the outside corner, runs the count to 1-2 on Jack Q. Broken bat fastball in the inner half, grounded over to Orico at short, and he makes the throw for the second out. Fastball in the inner half, jammed. Jack Q breaks his bat, and we have 2 outs for the top of the order and Cole Vida. So the Diamond Ducks are down to their last out, and Cole Vida coming to the plate, 1 for 2 as he came into the game in the 5th inning. An RBI single and a strikeout on his day. Now faces Sean Kennedy with 2 outs in the 9th. First pitch fastball swung on and missed by Vida, 0-1. Kennedy comes set. 0-1 fastball in there for a called strikes. 3rd straight batter down 0-2 for Kennedy, and the Ducks are down to their final strike. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout for Cole Vida ends the game. Buccaneers win 10-7. Cole Vida slams the helmet, and I guess the umpire throws him out of the game even after the game ends. But the Buccaneers now win 10-7, improve to 17-12 on the season. The Diamond Ducks fall to 13-13, first time they're at 500 all year as well. Ducks play again tomorrow against the Boca Raton Blazers at home, looking to get off the schneid. They've lost now 3 in a row and dropped to 13-13. Once again, first pitch for the game tomorrow against the Boca Raton Blazers at Joe Russo Field is set for 7 p.m. Thank you all for sticking in and watching all the way. See you guys tomorrow.